What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Clipper Crystal Guardians video. Today, guys, we are back on laykay's account. I don't know if you guys remember, but a long time ago, it's about a month ago, we did a lair team with him. He actually built a lair team. I just showcased it. It was when Bone King had first came into the game. It was the 3 Holy Swordsmen and the Bone King team, but we're going to go back to that lair team. We're going to check it out a little bit today, see how much faster and better it has gotten over time. But the reason we are here today on laykay's account is because he won our last giveaway. He was the 3rd pick. He was the $10 winner. So today he let me jump on his account and actually spend the money on his account so you guys can see what we get him with his $10 prize. And of course, I love doing this stuff for you guys because I love you guys. You guys know that. And I felt like this would be a lot of fun so you guys can see what he spends his $10 on. He wanted the Half Moon card. The first thing he wanted was the $5 Half Moon card, so we'll buy that first and get it out of the way. I just want to make sure this doesn't show any of my info, right? No, yeah, because we have a Google balance. I just want to make sure it doesn't show any of my info, which I don't think it does. Beautiful. Got 5 points. And actually it helps me too because it gives me more points. But the funny thing is, like, when I buy my stuff, though, I buy it between iTunes and Google. But I try to use gift cards to do it and not just, like, straight credit cards. Because you do get, like, points when you use the Apple MasterCard and when you just buy stuff on Google. Oh, I should have bought him the growth. Even though it was $20, I should have just bought him the growth pack. He's an awesome guy, and he supports me. I wish I didn't just do that. We should have just bought him this. It's kind of too late now, but... Maybe next time we'll just buy him this. I should have just bought him this. I didn't even realize he had this pack available. Because he just said that he wanted the Half Moon card, so I wasn't even thinking. I just went straight in and I bought him the Half Moon card. If I would have saw this, I would have bought him this. Because this is great value. This pack is just great value. So many gems. LD Summon. Skill Cat. Not a Devilmon, a Skill Cat. But too late now. So that's $5. Alright, you know what we'll do for him? We'll buy him 2 gem packs. Because I love you guys, you see? I try to take care of you guys the best that I can. I appreciate the support, and this is my way of showing you guys how much I appreciate you guys and the support that you guys give to me. Now, I know me saying Spaceballs upsets some people, so I'm going to try not to say it as much anymore. I'm going to try to cut back on it a little bit, even though it's just part of my, my character that I play on YouTube. Not so, I don't want to say I play a character, because this is who I am. I don't put on a show or, like, act a different way. I actually act exactly the way I am. But sometimes when I say Spaceballs in 3rd person, it's just for fun. But I know it does upset some people, so I'm going to try to cut back on it. I'm not saying I'm going to take it out completely. So we bought him 2, yeah. So I am going to try to cut back on it just because I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want people, to be upset. But I just do it for fun. I do it to make you guys smile. Just remember that. But I am going to try to cut back on it for you guys. But some people love it. Some people hate it. Hey, listen. The one thing I learned in YouTube is you cannot please everybody. But I try to get better every day. I try to improve every day. So if that makes some people happier, then so be it. I will try to cut back as much as I can. So we bought him gems. Now he's going to get the 150 gems plus the card. So perfect. So we hooked you up, laykay. We got you two gem packs and the $5 card. So you're good to go. So make sure you use that card. Make sure you grind out for the next 15 days so you get the use out of that card. And I figured while we were here, we would go over your current lair team and see what you're using. Check up on you. Let's see what you're doing in the Vaporland. Remember last time we checked his account, he wasn't clearing any of the stuff. Oh, he's at 87. I wonder if he cleared common. And he cleared common. Last time he wasn't. Last time he didn't clear common, guys. So you remember, this is pretty much 3 to 4 weeks ago. He's already clearing common. He's almost clearing hard, which I'm sure he can. It probably just takes time. And he just has to probably put some extra time in. Maybe he doesn't have the time right now. He still has 6 days to do it. laykay, if you're having trouble and you need my help, just let me know. And I will help you, because you definitely have the monsters to do it. to clear hard. And I believe this one is Elven Queen this time around, not Fallen Angel, because the Fallen Angel is here on 87. So I think that means floor 90 is Elven Queen, which is a lot easier than Fallen Angel on hard. Trust me on that one. So let's just check out your lair team and see what you're using. Interesting. Is this enough damage though? I wonder. I wonder why you're not using 2 Holy Swordsmen. Because you have the heals. Or even the Bone King. I wonder why you're not... I feel like you should have more damage in this. Well, let's run it, because this is what you're running, so let's run it. For some reason, it's saved over. I guess because you use blue stacks. I think, like, if you use blue stacks, and I sign it with blue stacks, it still saves, you know, the team that you're using. But if I use Apple, and the other person uses blue stacks, then it doesn't change over. But if that person uses blue stacks, and then I sign in blue stacks, it takes their stuff over. So I just want to showcase what he is using, so you guys can get, because like this is different than the lair team that I use. So hey, maybe this will help other people. Maybe they don't have the monsters, you know, that we use on this channel, because I pretty much stick to the same front line in every one of my lair videos. So maybe this will help some people. The only thing I would say for this particular team, for the guards, is I would probably put Una in the front line. Get rid of the Harpy and put a second Holy Swordsman in the back line. That's just my opinion. We'll actually try it on the next guard and see if it works. Maybe that'll help you out, laykay. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if this is really the team that you're running. It's just the team that popped up on my screen. So it's probably the last team that you were using. So, I mean, it's not bad. It looks like it works fine. It's a little slow. Because it's only 1 Holy Swordsman doing all of this, you know, trying to keep up with all of this damage. And I feel like if you had 2, you know, or even the Bone King, it would be a lot faster. And the Harpy seems like she's not doing too great. Anyways, I feel like you used to use the Jungle Heart. I think you switched the... I'm not sure of her name, like Holy Healer or whatever her name is. The one on the front line, the Lawful Healer. You switched her for the Jungle Heart. I think she does pretty much the same thing as a Jungle Heart, but she does it better than the Jungle Heart. But yeah, I can see like you're lacking damage, so if you take too much damage, this team is going to fail. It looks like it's going to do it, barely. I think it comes down to Holy Swordsman procs, but yeah, no. I'll show you what I would run here. Again, I don't know if this is the team that laykay is running. This is just a team that popped up on my screen. So I just kind of went with it, but I would do something like this. I want to check her out here. Yeah, see, she does the same thing that the Jungle Heart does. But this is an ally. This is not all allies. Chance to remove all the targets, but I'm not sure why you're using... I'm pretty sure you have a Jungle Heart. This might just be, I don't know, I'm not sure why this might not even be the team that is using, guys. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's just the team that popped up on my screen. What did I do? Let me see what pops up here. Okay, so we'll try this team after, but I don't know. I just feel like for the guard, you should be running something like this. I don't even know if your Jungle Heart's gonna have runes. We're about to find out. Yeah, she has runes. She has no speed though. She's got 0 speed. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I just want her to clear the guards, but this is what I would run for the guards, and I wouldn't use Golem lead. Definitely want to use the Una lead, because Una gives you 10% more than the Golem. And then I would use 2 Holy Swordsmen for that extra damage. This one has 31 attack, 42, 35. So let's go with this. All right, let's try this. And like the other stuff that he was using wasn't skilled up, so maybe he just started switching it over, trying something different. Or who knows, maybe he was just trying something different the last time he played, and he was just testing stuff out. Who knows? But this is, like I said, this is just what popped up on my screen, so I just gave it a go just to check it out. But we're definitely going to try his main team and see how that works. But as you can see already, look at the damage that we're doing in comparison to the damage that we were doing before. Like, he's already half dead in the first, like, 15. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? Like, lackay. Like, again, I'm not sure, but just if you look at the difference, for the guards, you definitely want to use 2 damage dealers in the back line, because look how much more effective that is. You see, that was what, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So that's just my opinion, and just to show everybody else, like, when you're building your lair team, especially for the guards, you want to have 2 damage dealers in the back line or in the front line. However you're building your team, it's up to you. But see, like, something like this is it's just not enough damage. There's nowhere near enough damage here. So it's not something I would run. I definitely like this better. 35. 31. And I think you're better off sticking with the jungle heart too. Lackay. I definitely think you're better off staying with the jungle heart instead of the, what is her name? Holly. You're definitely better off sticking with jungle heart instead of Holly. I feel like she just, I don't know, something about the jungle heart. She's just so good in the lair. She does her job perfectly. She does exactly what she needs to do. Maybe it was because of lack of skill ups. I'm not sure. Again, who knows? Don't hold lackay to what you saw again, because he could have just been testing stuff out. I'm not sure. But again, I would definitely stick to the double damage, guard teams. At least have 2, Holy Swordsmen in your backline. You could probably even throw Bone King in here instead of the Jungle Heart, because if you have enough damage, you can just pretty much one-shot this guard and not even need, any supports. But that's more of a late game thing. But if you look at the damage that your Holy Swordsmen are doing, I mean, you're doing, massive damage. Like, you're killing him in less than 30 seconds, pretty much. All right, we took some damage there, which wasn't good. Hopefully, we can bring this back. Should be okay. I don't think we used the right Holy Swordsman again, though. I think we used the wrong one, but that's okay. I don't know if, oh yeah. See, it just comes down to procs from the Holy Swordsman, but this is gonna work, I think. There we go. Beautiful. But that's pretty much what I would stick to, lackay, as far as the guards go. Now let's try this team that you're using here. Now, so you got a bunch of damage. But now I wonder why you're using her. Because she doesn't erase the, unless you're just doing a bunch of damage and you don't need it, but I feel like, because you already have the attack buff from Una. All right, let's try it out. Let me show you guys all of this stuff so you guys can see, just in case there's any new people out there. See, like, he doesn't have any of this stuff skilled up, and this team has been working fine for him for like over a month. So just so you guys can see, he's got very low defense, just really high HP. He's got all conflict on her though, which is good. He's got almost all conflict on his golems. Super slow golem. I always tell you guys, try to make your golem as slow as possible. The slower, the better. Because you don't want him taking that many turns. And the only thing that I notice here is skill ups. He's just lacking skill ups. But other than that, this team is pretty much perfect. Just trying to show you guys, Bone King. I would get rid of this speed and I would put an attack on him. Totally up to you though. Just trying to give you some helpful tips. But everything else looks good. Everything else looks perfect. Your Holy Swordsmen are good. You could lower the crit rate if you can get more crit damage and attack, but that's up to you. You don't need this high of crit rate. I would say right around the 40% area is good, just to be safe. I know like 36 is the golden number, but I'd like to go like 40, 45, just to be safe. All right, but let's try your team. Let's try your team and see how it works. Again, I don't even know if this is your team, but this is the team that popped up on my screen. This is not the team we used last time. The team we used last time was, instead of Holly, it was the Jungle Heart. I just feel like the Jungle Heart works better because she has an AoE debuff removal, and this healer person, Holly, she only has a single, but I don't know if it's because you're just doing enough damage that you don't need it. But it doesn't, I don't think it doesn't seem that way. Because even with the counterattacks, I feel like if he jumps up right now, the whole team is going to die. Now that you got the heal off, you might be okay. But I feel like I would feel more safe running the Jungle Heart in this team. Yes, I feel like everything's going to die. I feel like the first team that you were running was totally fine. My personal opinion. I know it wasn't like the fastest team in the world, but as you upgraded that team, it would have worked just fine. I think you can... Yeah, you don't have many 3 stars. I know you're free to play. I know you don't spend a lot of money. I do know that. I still feel like you're better off running this, though. Even though this isn't skilled up and she has no speed, I still... And you can always switch this HP to speed. That's not an issue. Speed isn't really not that important. If you have the defense and the HP, it's really not that important. Especially for an early game team. The Druid's got a ton of defense. I wonder if we can run... Let's try this. Let's see if we can run this. I'm just trying to test some stuff out for you, laykay, give you some options. Because I feel like that's what you've been doing, just like trying to switch stuff around and test stuff around and see what works and what doesn't work, which is totally fine. So I just wanted to try to go over some things here, you know, make this giveaway thing into a good video for everybody so people can learn. I always like to help you guys. This team looks like it should be okay. Only thing I would do is put a little bit more speed on the Jungle Heart. And I really wouldn't put Holly in here. I don't know. Not in this one. Yeah, you see that? Look at that damage from the attack lead. I think this is going to be the team you're going to want to stick with. If we can survive this hit. Which we did totally fine. I think this is what I would stick with if I was you. Look, he's going to... Yeah, he's dead. What was that? 15 to 25 seconds? I really wish they would add a timer. I gotta message CCG and tell them we need a timer in the lair so we know what our runs are. I'm gonna keep that. So I think this is good. I think this is a really good team. Let's do it again. Let's do a 5 run. I'm gonna try not to make this video too long because I've done so much lair content in the past like 3 weeks. But we're pretty much going to be ending it on the lair content soon, and we're going to be going into Hydra content. I have been working on the Hydra team, the free-to-play Hydra team. Don't worry, guys. It's coming soon. Very, very soon. So we're going to be switching from lair to Hydra, which I know you guys are going to love that. And we got the giveaway on Wednesday morning. We're about 765 subs, so we're going to be doing our 800 sub giveaway soon as well. And we're just rolling on. We're just rolling on. And thank you guys. I love you guys for the support. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. I try to give back to you guys as much as I possibly can. Believe it or not, I have about 13 account reviews on the list right now. I have 13 accounts waiting to be reviewed. So don't worry, guys. If I haven't got to you, I promise you I'm going to do every single one of them. That is my word. It's just I can only do so many a day. I can only really do 1 a day, and I try to do as many as I can. So just remember that, guys. Like, I am coming, I promise. Just try to, you know, message me, you know, every other day just to keep reminding me and keep your name at the top of my PM list, my private messaging list. This way I remember and I know that you're, you know, on that list. Not that I'll forget. It just makes it easier if you're at the top of the list instead of like at the bottom where I can't see your name. But other than that, I promise you guys, I'll get to all the reviews. I'm trying my best to keep up with it. It's just, you know, the bigger we get, the more reviews we get. But I promise you, I will stay true to my word, and I will get to each and every single one of you. But this team looks great. This team looks great, laykay. I would stick with this team. I know this is pretty much the same team that we used last time. But it works great. This team works great. It's like 20 to 30 seconds. You know, you don't have... You know, not everything is skilled up. Like pretty much nothing is skilled up. Let's check it out here. But this team is working great. Your Una's not skilled up at pretty much at all. Okay. Golem. Alright, Golem is skilled up. I'm gonna quickly click this stuff for you guys so you guys can see it. Just in case anybody wants to build this team, even though I've showed this team a bajillion times. But this just shows you guys that the rune quality, like, it's really, you don't need the best rune quality. You just need certain stats to get by. You know, defense, HP. And she doesn't have a lick of speed on her. And it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So I just showed you, Jungle Heart does not need good runes at all. Now I think with the Druid, it's just, he's moving last except for the Jungle Heart and the Holy Swordsman's. And I think he uses him in other places in the game too as well. So that would make sense. I think I showed you guys the Holy Swordsman's already. He's using the crit damage passive. I actually switched to the crit damage passive myself. But when you first build this team, this passive doesn't work for some reason. You have to use the counterattack passive. So just keep that in mind. Like if your team is failing and your Holy Swordsmans have this passive, switch it to the counterattack passive, and that will probably make the team pass in the beginning. But like before you start getting conflict runes and stuff like that, because you really need a lot of attack for this passive to work. So in the beginning, it's better to have this passive here, which is the counter attack passive, the pure violence passive. So just keep that in mind when you're building your lair team. And Bone King. Oh, and we're not even running the right passive for the Bone King. What now? Watch how good this team does now. I forgot that not everything switches over. So we weren't even running the right passive. Now let's see how this thing does. We're going to go to like 15 seconds now. Watch this. But you see how good that team worked even without using Bone King's passive. The team was working flawlessly. So we're going to do this last 5 pull and we're going to call it a video. I just can't wait to see how good this team does now. Yeah, look at this. We didn't even get the counterattack up yet and we already made him jump. Which we actually want the counterattack up before he jumps, to be honest with you, because then he jumps, hits us, we counterattack, he jumps, we counter. You get the point. Like you want that counterattack buff up when he hits us, so this way he just keeps jumping and we just keep counterattacking, and then it's just like one flawless motion. Otherwise, it can get a little messy. That's the whole point of having the Druid either super fast, so he takes a second turn before the boss hits us, because you want to make sure that counterattack buff is up. Same thing if you're using a Deo Lord, because I know a lot of people have Deo Lord, so if you're using him, it's the same concept. How come I feel like the team was working better before we switched Bone King's passive? The team should be working better now. Could just be the RNG of this run. But again, the team still works flawlessly. It's still around 30 seconds, 35 seconds being the longest. Baby Chance is waking up. It's almost 6 in the morning. He wakes up about 6:30. Now, did he jump? Did we get the counterattack up yet? No, we didn't. That's the only issue I see with this team. Is the way you can fix that is by making the Druid the fastest on the team. If you put like 20 more speed on him, what will happen is before the boss takes a turn, the Druid will take a second turn, and that second turn will put up the counterattack buff. That's how I have my team running right now. And then the boss will hit you with the counterattack up, and then he'll jump. He'll hit you, and you'll always have that counterattack buff up. So he'll jump 3 times, and you'll counter 3 times, and that usually just ends the run just like that. But the way the team is now, it's absolutely perfect. And then all you have to do is just upgrade skills. And not even necessarily runes, just really skills is what it comes down to. Now that we're running the right passive. See, right here, we want the Druid to take another turn, like that. Like what he just did is perfect. See, now we counterattack. Now he's going to jump, and he's going to hit us, and we're going to counterattack, and hopefully he's going to jump again. And it just causes like a chain reaction with the counterattack, because the counterattack doesn't go away when we counterattack, only when we take a turn. You see like that, and now he jumps again. And we're hoping for that to happen again. And that pretty much cuts out everything else on the team. And that just pretty much means the golem is the most important thing because he shields us from taking, you know, too much damage and dying. So then you could pretty much put just more damage in this team. You could probably get rid of the Jungle Heart for like another Holy Swordsman or another Bone King. So just, it leaves you for, you know, just more room to add more damage. Because I don't think you need Jungle Heart in this team. You should actually try build another Holy Swordsman and put him in the front line instead of the Jungle Heart, and I bet you this team will be even faster. Because the Jungle Heart really isn't doing much in this team. Because his team is just pure damage. You don't really need her. Let's see if we can, after, I know we're going to end it after this run. Let's see if he has another damage dealer build that we can switch instead of the Jungle Heart. Because I feel like she is not needed. Because you're doing so much damage. I feel like we don't really need her. She's really not even taking that many turns. Because you see that's happening. And she's never even taking a turn anyways. So I feel like we don't even need her on the team. I feel like we could just add more damage. Just check it out. But this team is perfect. This is why I recommend this team to you guys. This is why I push this team so much. Because it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful team. It's reliable. It's fast. It's great for, early game all the way to late game. Like, it just needs, as you upgrade the team and upgrade your runes, the team just gets better and better. Let's see if you have a damage dealer. We could either see how the pirate's built. Oh, this pirate has a lot of HP, but not enough damage. We need damage more than anything. We could try Noctora, but we'd have to switch our skills. Could actually use... she doesn't have runes on her. We could actually use it. I think she would actually be great in this team. I don't want to mess with this. You know what? Let's try her out. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back. I want to try her out before we go, because I feel like she would actually be great on this team. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna throw some runes on her. And poof, we're back. Okay. He doesn't have much. He didn't have much Kalinite. He didn't have too many runes lying around. I didn't want to take runes off of anything else, so I just threw some basic runes on her, which I'll show you guys in just a second. But she's good enough. She should be good enough for what we're trying to do. We're pretty much just using her for her third skill. And immunity. So this is what we got on her. As you can see, not the greatest runes. We just threw some runes on her. I didn't want to do too much upgrading or anything like that. So I tried to use runes that he already had upgraded, so we didn't have to go crazy upgrading runes. And this one I just took up to level 6 to try to get the speed. So we're pretty much using her for this right here. We don't want that one. We want this one. So it gives us another defense, which we don't really need because we're just doing so much damage. So let's see how this does. Let's see how this does. I just feel like we don't need the Jungle Heart in this. Just the way he has his team built right now. And how much damage he has on his Holy Swordsmans. So yeah, so she'll do that first time, which brings us down to that, the first hit. Now we don't have the counterattack buff up, which is not what we want. But we should get it up this time around. And what she does now is she gives us an extra defense buff and an extra immunity. And now we have that up with the counterattack. So we have the immunity and the extra defense buff up with the counterattack. So now let's see how this works. Yeah, see, look at that. What was that? 10 seconds? 15 seconds? We cleared that in one shot. Like, once he starts skilling up his... Like, this team is amazing. Once he's got such good damage. And plus I wanted to put conflict runes. Like, if I was able to, like, really... Because he does have a lot of conflict. He has some conflict runes. And I could have took conflict runes off of something else. But I didn't want to start messing with his account. But laykay, if you put her on full conflict runes, like on a full conflict set, instead of this set, just full conflict as fast as you can get her, you're going to be clearing this in like 10 seconds. Literally like 10 literally. Because I think that was like 10 to 15 seconds. I didn't time it, but that was really, really fast because your holy swordsmen just have such good damage. They have good attack, good crit damage, and with this passive, like once you start skilling these up, like and you get some skills into here and into the first skill because it's all damage. The first skill, this team is gonna be like so fast. Like you don't even need the Eve and 5 Bone Kings. Like this team is gonna be just as fast as that super speed team they call it with the 4 Bone Kings and the Eve. And this team is so much easier to build. Like so much more easier to come by than 4 Bone Kings and Eve. Because unlocking Eve and pulling 4 Bone Kings alone is like, it's almost an impossible task. Only probably like 20% of the player base, gets that kind of luck or spends that kind of money. One or the other. Because you got to either be like a high dolphin or like a whale. We even say kraken to be able to have that many skill cats to, skill out your all 4 Bone Kings. Because that's the most important thing of that team is to have all 4 Bone Kings passives completely maxed out for that in order for that team to work, the way it works, which is 4 to 6 seconds. But this team is, look at this. This is amazing. Lakay, I think we unlocked you a secret gem. I think this is the team you should stick to. And just upgrade this team. Just start skilling everything up, maxing out the runes, and getting everything on. Get your Athena on conflict. Get her on full conflict, like 3 sets of conflict, and this team is going to be so fast. Because just adding that extra attack, that's 8, 16, 24, so 24% more attack plus the Bone King. You are just going to be ripping through this dungeon, no problem. I love it. I love this team. This makes me want to just build my team, like just keep putting more effort into my team. And it just shows you guys you don't even need the Jungle Heart. Like when you're doing enough damage, like when your team is doing enough damage and your runes are good enough, you do not even need the Jungle Heart. I gotta time this. This has got to be like 10 seconds. I don't have my phone by me, otherwise I would time this. But this has got to be like literally like 10 to 15 seconds. I'm very proud of this team. I'm kind of timing it in my head. I'm just kind of timing it up in my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't want to sit here and count. I don't want to drive. I don't want to make you guys go crazy. I think it's more like 20 to 25 seconds, but sometimes it is. Like, one of these times it was like 10, 15 seconds. It all depends on the Holy Swordsman's procs. But if their skill 1s were maxed out, this literally would be a steady 10 to 15 second team. Absolutely. Because once we get through like that first stage, once he jumps the second time, it's game over. So yeah, I would get that Athena on full conflict. And this team is perfect. You don't need the holy healer. You don't need her. You don't need Jungle Heart. You don't need any of it. We're pretty much using Una for the attack up, the Druid for the counter, and the Golem is for the protection. So the the Jungle Heart just doesn't fit in this team anymore because of how much damage you actually have on this team. So that is why she is just not necessary anymore. She's only necessary for like the early game teams to keep your team alive. But once your team starts doing enough damage, as you can see here, you just don't need her anymore. You kind of grow out of her. And I feel like if you had another Holy Swordsman, I would probably just even take Athena out and just put another Holy Swordsman on full conflict. You could even go with that way. Like, there's just so many things you can do with this team to make it, successful and fast. But it's great. This team is great. I love it. I know you guys are going to love it. Let me know in the comments what you think. So I think I'm going to try to, I think on my account, I'm going to try to do some stuff with the Holy Swordsman and see if we can get like a 10 second, a minus 10 second, a sub 10 second team going on with the Holy Swordsmen. Because so many people have the Holy Swordsmen built already. And for people, what did I do? Oh. For people to pull 4 Bone Kings and an Eve, it's going to be so much harder than them being able to pull, Holy Swordsmans. And like, look at this again. Like, none of his Holy Swordsmans have any skills. And I don't think these are sanctified or anything. They're not sanctified. No, they are sanctified because they have 18 attack. Yeah, they are sanctified. Some of them are. Yeah, they all look sanctified, but they have 0 skill ups. 0. So imagine when this has all that damage. This has like 5 tiers of damage. I think it's 5%, 5%, 5%, 10%. And then this too, the passive as well. Amazing. So this will do it. We're going to run one more, and then we're going to wrap it up. I had a lot of fun, Lakay. Thank you so much for letting me on your account once again, for letting us spend your victory money on your account. I hope you enjoy it. I hope these gems help you in furthering your free-to-play, account. I hope the gems help you in like buying refills or whatever it is you're going to spend them on. You're probably pretty much just going to farm lair, especially once you see this team. You're probably going to love it. I hope you love it. I love it. I actually want to build this exact team on my account because my Holy Swordsmen have their A1s pretty much skilled like all the way up, most of them. So I feel like I can get this team around 10 to 15 seconds on my account. But as you can see, it's 100% reliable. It doesn't even come close to failing, and it's just, see, like right there, if we did that little bit more damage, like we would never go into the third jump. We only do because we're lacking skill ups. But absolutely amazing. I loved it. It's so amazing. I love watching that. I just love watching it. It's awesome. So farm yourself some quartz and some conflict runes, and get that Athena on full conflict. I feel like once you get on full conflict, you'll be doing even more damage. For a free-to-play team, it's amazing. But Lakay, again, thank you so much. Congratulations, brother. It was my pleasure spending the money on your account. Guys, if you're not a part of the random giveaway, make sure you're subbed, you're liking, and commenting on all the videos to be a part of it. We're going to be doing it Wednesday morning. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be the biggest personal prize Spaceballs has ever given out. So make sure you're doing those things to be a part of it. But as always, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.